Hello everybody. I wanted to talk about this modified beam family that we're going to be using in the structural model. If we go to structure beam, you can see the family is simply wide flange beam and fire protected. The catalog is the same as the native structural family that ships with Revit. Everything is exactly the same as the regular wide flange beam family, except there is a fire protection model into the family. Let's see. So you draw a beam here, and you can see it looks and feels and behaves exactly like a beam. If we go if we go to 3D, we begin to see some differences. We see that the fireproofing is built in. If we touch one of these and we edit the type, we can see that there is a new parameter called fireproofing. So if we turn that off, then that beam is not gonna, that type is not gonna show its fireproofing. Alright. If we turn that back on, the fireproofing appears for this specific type, right? In here there's a new parameter also called fireproofing, and we can change the thickness of the spray or insulation, basically, the fireproofing. As you can see, if the family flexes pretty well, of course you can still break it. I mean, if you put down some large amount, you can still break the family, so just use some judgment. There you go. It's 5 feet. It would be too big. Also, there is a parameter for the material of the fireproofing. In this case, it's called steel fireproofing. But we could change to anything else you want. For example, I create another type which is called intumescent paint, just because it's another common. There you go. It's another common material used for fireproofing. So, for example, we can have intumescent paint over there. Then we would have like half-inch thickness or less, because it's just a coat of paint basically, and the beam would reflect that. Now, when we go to some sections, such as this one, we can see that depending on the scale, you're gonna have different types of graphics. This is how normally shows up, with the steel hatch for the beam and this sandish fill for the fireproofing. Now, also the family is designed in a way that fireproofing follows the graphics of the beam of the original family. So this means that if we are on coarse, the family goes back to stick. If we're on medium, the fireproofing follows the straight edges of this graphics of the beam, and if we go to fine, the fireproofing follows actually all the fillets of the steel beam. So the fireproofing actually does change accordingly to these two types of detail level, medium or fine. One nice thing is that the fireproofing is now a subcategory. So if we go to manage object styles, now you can see that structural framing, there is there is a new subcategory called fireproofing, which allows you to control line weights in projection and cut, and color and line pattern, and whatever you want. This also means that in any specific view you can control the visibility of that, of the fireproofing. So if we go again to structural framing, we can simply turn off fireproofing, and the view will now show that category. Okay, so in terms of coordination, we really like this. If you build a wall, an architectural wall, and you say, I'm gonna follow that beam, right? This is a nice big fat architectural wall, and so it looks okay in plan, which does now show the fireproofing, right? And then we cut detail of this condition. One can realize immediately we have a fireproofing problem right there, where the studs actually cut into the spray-on fireproofing, and that's not acceptable. So anyway, also we can quickly create a schedule and a multi-category material takeoff, and Revit can tell us the amount of the cubic feet of steel fireproofing material that we need for each beam, or if we do a total, it's going to give us that total as well. So this is about it. Thank you very much for listening.